So, Katie, do you want to just wrap up your point?
Yeah, I'll just land on this is how far extensive we see attacks outside of the capital. So the island area, that's a little bit more likely because that they probably have a decent air defense spot there, so that makes sense why they're bombing right there. But as we, if we see of the capital, so the island area, that's a little bit more likely because that they probably have a decent air defense spot there, so that makes sense why they're bombing right there. But as we, if we see it further extend outside of the capital, that definitely becomes more worrisome about the scale of attack that we're going to have. That's all I have. Thanks for letting me come up and speak.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much for providing us with the information, actually. Let's some more breaking news before I go to Myron. A U.S. Air Force KC-135R Strato tanker, area refueling tanker, has just appeared on flight tracking to the south of Port.
I know why. Hold on. Okay, is that somebody now?
No, no, it's like an echo. It normally doesn't happen on Space. This is the first time it's like this.
Okay, let me fix my thing. I think I know what it is.
It's your headset, maybe, or the speaker on your phone.
Hey, your mic is too loud.
It should be good now. It's still messed up because I wasn't on the space of my phone.
No,
Myron, I think the limit is loud. If you lower the limit, the volume limit on your mic, it should be good.
Should I take noise suppression off?
Yeah.
Is that better now or is that still bad?
no, still the same.
What the fuck? Alright, go to somebody else. I'll fix it.
Yeah, of course. Let's go to Hassan. Hassan, did you manage to jump in? And I want to go to Morfit, and then obviously Myron, just jump in whenever you can.
Can you hear me now? Can you
yeah,
hear me now?
yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
All right, great.
Is that better now or is
For
that
me,
still bad?
I've been watching this
No, still the same.
very closely. It's somewhat
What the
shocking.
fuck? Alright, go to somebody else. I'll fix it.
But
Yeah, of course.
I would say
Let's go to Hassan. Hassan, did you manage to jump in? And I want to go to Morfit, and then obviously Myron, just jump in whenever you can.
Can you hear me now? Can you
Yeah,
hear me now?
yeah, we can hear you.
Is that better now or is
For
that
me,
still bad?
I've been watching this very closely. It's somewhat
What the
shocking.
fuck? Alright, go to somebody else. I'll fix it.
But I would say
Let's go to Hassan. Hassan, did you manage to jump in? And I want to go to Morfit, and then obviously Myron, just jump in whenever you can.
can you hear me now? Can you
Yeah,
hear me now?
yeah, we can hear you.
Is that better now or is that still bad?
Venezuela and capture its resources, that opens up the attack on Iran without worrying about the Strait of Hormuz, because that's the trump card that Iran possess. Ultimately, if they strike Iran, that was the threat which stopped them from going on in full on last time. He realized it would crash.
Just some more breaking news. We're seeing some more smoke rising, and significant damage can be seen at the port of La Guaira to the north of Venezuela's capital city of Caracas. Also, we're seeing a lot of basically armored vehicles and tanks ready for defense in Caracas because there is a ground invasion as well. Sorry, back to you, Hassan.
Yeah. The objective was to take out the trump card that Iran possesses, which is the Strait of Hormuz, and this is what it's linked to. So when Netanyahu turns up, my view is he turns up to America. America is now a vassal of Pax Judaica, and it tells it, look, we need to have this war on Iran, and they say, well, we can't do that because it would then crash our economy. So this. Okay, what's the resolution? We need to get objectives of Venezuela, and that will allow us to reduce the impact of the close of the Strait of Hormuz. So that's from that point of view. The second thing is the idea that voting for Trump. I have to push back on the idea that voting for Trump would have led to peace. Everybody knows who Trump is. Everybody knows he's a liar. If you vote for a liar, a compulsive liar.
They said the opposite, but sorry, do continue.
No, sorry. So, I mean, there was a guy on before who said that he voting for Trump. He thought that it it would stop the wars, and that's the reason he voted
Yeah,
for, it, and
that
that's why many people voted for it.
he made a mistake by believing him. Yeah. It's along the lines of what you're saying. Go ahead.
But my pushback on that is, if you vote for a compulsive, yeah, so what I'm clarifying is, if you vote for a fool, a
breaking up.
compulsive liar, somebody's so yeah, I was just saying that if you vote for somebody who is a compulsive liar, and a fool, and somebody who is a slave to Netanyahu, then it is on you. It's not on
Yeah,
them.
Sorry, speak again, Myron.
I'm not talking
Oh no, it's still bad. I don't get it. Normally it's not like this.
Myron, it's really bad. You sound like Darth Vader, man. And it's like, it's got worse, actually, since when you first came on.
Okay, I think
I didn't understand a thing.
Oh no, it's still bad. I don't get it. Normally. What did Myron say?
Can you change devices, change handsets or something, Myron? Or maybe put headset or Bluetooth or something
I
with
think
your
he's
phone.
streaming as well at the same time, so I think that's why I'm just tough. Anyway, let's go to hopefully you sort it out and then you come back. But let's go to Hassan. I think you were finishing your point, right?
Yeah, pretty much finished. I would say with one more thing that if they capture Venezuela quickly, I would expect an Iran war very soon after. So if this succeeds, then expect the Iran war much quicker than you expected.
Yeah. Morphe, jump in.
Absolutely, man. I want to give you a big time shout out to Suleiman hitting this post up, the space up. The news is being silent right now because they don't want Americans to know.
Excuse me, hold your horses. Santino and I are doing the lifting and shifting on this space. Never mind Suleiman setting the space up.
The audacity.
Nah, shout out to Khaleesi too, Santino. Make sure you guys follow these three because they've been putting in work. The last 2 days, the news has been silent. The news doesn't want us Americans, to know what they're doing with our dollars. They are scamming us. They're going to war after war after war.
Sorry, Morphe, I'm going to give it straight back. I think I've got Myron up as well. So I'm sorry, I'm not interrupting you because I actually want to hear what you got to say. But we've got some crazy the tweets in there, crazy footage of U.S. Apache helicopters launching attacks in Venezuela. It's crazy. This is just craziness. Myron, have you managed to sort your mic out?
Yeah, I joined in on another browser. Is this better?
Oh yeah, it's just perfect now.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I joined in. Twitter's so fucking garbage. This is the worst platform ever. Yeah, I joined on a Google browser. So yeah, no. What I was saying before the other guy was saying the things that he said. Look, all politicians lie. Okay, I don't think anybody here is wet around the ears, behind the ears, and doesn't understand that politicians lie and they tend to not be honest. But one of the biggest things he campaigned on was no new wars, and obviously, I'm not happy about this whatsoever. I still think that we're in a better position than if Kamala got into office. But terrible to just bad isn't good enough. So, I'm not a fan of this. And obviously they're going to try to I mean, this was a plan from the beginning, right? Like designate them as a foreign terrorist organization, striking the boats with kinetic strikes, seizing the oil, and then also I think some Americans got detained as well. That's all going to be used as ammunition to justify use of force, which is unfortunate. And this is where we are now. And now they're striking them. So we'll see what happens. I think at this point, some people said that some special forces are also invading via land. So we'll see, man. It's obviously a rapidly developing situation. So we'll see what happens in the next few hours.
Yeah, I didn't expect the land invasion, so it's shocking to say the least.
Yeah, I saw some reporting like Delta Force and some other SF people were, already getting in on land. So we'll see.
Yeah, no, it's been confirmed by Reuters as well, and a wide range of other papers. So there definitely is a ground invasion as well. You've got the what you call again, Venezuelan military in defense in Caracas as well with the tanks. Gustavo Petro has also tweeted out saying that he's alerting the world that they have attacked Venezuela. It's just shocking. I didn't expect this. Let's go to. Sorry, Muffet, do finish your point. Sorry.
Absolutely. And guys, before we continue, we only have 120 reposts. We got 1,800 people in here. Hit that lower right bottom button. It's that purple button. Make sure after that you smash that repost button. It's the arrow up, arrow down button. Repost this till we get 1,000 reposts, because the American media is staying silent about this. They don't want you guys to know that we are being scammed on the utmost highest level. As for the news, though, I believe Hassan's point earlier, he nailed it. I think they are trying to steal the Venezuelan oil because the ultimate goal is Iran, and to kind of hedge against that risk, they do need to steal more oil. And Venezuela has a lot of oil. And unlike Argentina, they got, Javier Milei over there. So they've already kind of occupied Argentina. Venezuela is not occupied. So they're going for Maduro right now. That's why they got the ground troops on the ground. I believe they've completely underestimated Venezuela. I don't think they're going to succeed as fast as they think they are. They're probably going to continue with the airstrikes, continue with the ground invasion, but all it's going to do is it's going to spread the military too thin. And this is what happens when your government is controlled by Jeffrey Epstein and Israel, Mossad agents. That's why we have to release the Epstein files as fast as we possibly can, because our government is compromised to the most highest of levels. Our economy is cratering, and while it's cratering, they're going to war after war after war. So big time shout out to Suleiman for covering this, Khaleesi Santino, because there's no news on. I'm in America right now. I'm not seeing this on the mainstream board, on the headlines right now. I'm not seeing this whatsoever. And they're doing this at nighttime too. It's midnight over here too. So they're waiting until everybody goes to sleep to start the scams. So big time shout out to you guys. Make sure you guys repost the hell out of this space, because they don't want the word to get out. They don't want you guys knowing what they're doing behind our backs while we go to bed at night.
Yeah, 100%. And more breaking news: we're seeing chaos in the streets of Venezuela. People trying to get out there. Remember, Caracas is the capital city. It is heavily populated. So yeah, this is just craziness in terms of what we're seeing and what's happening. Guys, as Morphe said, do retweet the space. We're also streaming this live on YouTube as well, because people saying that there are issues with the space. So the YouTube link is in the tweet in the nest as well. So check that out. Let's just quickly ask Myron just a few more questions. Myron, by the way, feel free to just jump in anytime you want. What's just from this perspective, does this now just indicate that they want to wrap up Venezuela and then go to war with Iran?
Yeah, I mean, I was covering this a little bit earlier too. It was also interesting. With Operation Rising Lion, the goal with Israel was, to try to get a regime change, decapitate the regime, and hopefully get the people to, spark up and rise against the government. They ended up failing because they attacked first, then they hoped that the people would rise up against the government. It actually had the opposite effect, and it created a rally around the flag effect, and the people actually got behind the government and took to the streets and said, "Bomb Israel back." So it completely backfired on them. So I think what they're realizing is they need to create the social upheaval now. They got to create the chaos now with these protests, and then they attack so that they can have the foundation set for them to go in and kind of overthrow the government, which is what they're trying to do. That's why they're doing these protests, which I think are definitely a Mossad/CIA operation, definitely, because literally the Mossad, there's a Mossad account that's in Farsi, and it literally said in there, "Hey, rise up, we're going to be alongside you guys protesting." Then Trump also said, if they hurt the protesters, we're going to come in. So just like with Venezuela, it's almost like they're creating, fail safes in there that they know are going to get triggered to justify them, getting into some type of military involvement or military action. So that's what's going on with Iran, and they're using the protesters to kind of set that off. And then obviously Netanyahu coming to the United States, they said, oh, it's about the Gaza peace plan, it's about disarming Hezbollah. Even though those are parts of the conversation, the main reason why he came here was 100% because of Iran. I mean, he met with Pete Hegseth first. That's the biggest red flag, right? Why would he meet with Pete Hegseth before the president? That should tell you everything you need to know. Who, for those who are unaware, that's our Secretary of War, aka Secretary of Defense. They changed the name. But, so yeah, man, absolutely, they want to coordinate a military action, but I think they're trying to get the social craziness going on, the protests going on first, so that when they have their military action, it's going to be easier to destabilize the government. Because I think Israel understands that boots on the ground, and the United States also understands this too, probably, boots on the ground in Iran probably isn't going to be a good idea. So they're going to need the people to do it within. And this is the first time they've done this. So I think similar situation with Venezuela. I think with Venezuela, they're a bit more sensitive, and they don't have the same capability defending themselves as Iran does. So yeah, man, I mean, we're just trying to do regime changes in two different areas. It's not a good look. Good idea.
This is crazy.
So
and
they're going to need the people to do it within. And this is the first time.
I've just asked him to come on the space, but basically he's in Caracas, and he says, quote, Suleiman, I am in Caracas right now. Well, I woke up to the news, and I'm in the center of Caracas, and we have electricity where I am, because remember, the south of Venezuela does not have electricity, as we mentioned earlier. I'm I'm about 10 blocks away from the presidential palace, putting my boots and gear on. So I've asked him to come on the space, but as you know, if you remember, we mentioned that there was tanks outside the presidential palace. People were ready. The tanks were there, mobilized, ready to fight. It seems like against the U.S. invasion on the ground. So yeah, that's the latest in that regard. But yeah, that's craziness. But that's in the YouTube, guys. This conversation's happening in the YouTube link. If the tweet is in the nest, if you go to it, and do follow the YouTube as well, because we do live streaming every day on that as well, separate to the spaces. And we also do videos coming out like on a daily basis as well. So that tweet's in the nest. Click on the YouTube, hit the follow as well, and retweet this space. Myron, I mean, from this perspective, do you think it's going to be just? Do you think this is going to be fast and decisive? I mean, it does look like that from the air, but then when it comes to toppling a country, that's a whole different story. It's very complex, and we know these things aren't easy. This could end up being an elongated war if someone doesn't do a coup against Maduro. What's your thoughts on that?
It could go either way. You know, if I think what they're hoping is that he'll run away and leave, so they can go ahead and put the woman in power that he beat in the last election, or allegedly beat in the last election. Or they're going to try to
Maria
kill him.
Machado. Sorry, I was speaking to a lot of Venezuelans there. I was correct. Maria Machado in Venezuela. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, and you know, obviously she promised to have a very good relationship with the Israelis, the United States, right? She would you know, do more business with us, so to speak, and probably sell out their oil reserves. But that's kind of what it is. So I think it's going to be one of two things. Either A, he surrenders and leaves and runs out of there, or they're going to stay and they're going to fight, and then, you know, that might not be good for us either, because I think a land invasion into Venezuela, it's a very, you know, dense, it's a big country. People forget that Venezuela is a very big country, similar to Vietnam in some degrees. Invading it isn't going to be as easy as people think. So it could go either way, man. I think they're trying to hit them hard today to kind of discourage them from fighting back, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Let's go to Dago, and then we'll go to Raid. I'm just getting this guy from Venezuela up as well. I'm just sending him the just need to send the thing, but then yeah, we'll be there. But yeah, sorry. Back to whoever I said. Who did I say, kid?
And for those who don't know, like, you know, the Israel Zionists have tried to already assassinate Maduro many times, and they've failed many times before.
Yeah.
So I just want to put that in there.
Yeah, but they're gonna achieve their goal this time around. I give this thing, I give this thing like 7. Then I don't think they're gonna assassinate him. I'm sorry, Khaleesi, I didn't mean to say it like that. But he will. I personally think he will leave. They're probably telling him, like, we will bomb the ish out of your country. We will continue to bomb until you leave. And no human is gonna say, no, I'm just gonna stay and watch people get killed. Like, they're just gonna bomb from the sky. They're just gonna continue to do this until he leaves, and he will leave. I mean, I can't see anybody, you know, besides the Zionists, you know, taking on that burden on their shoulders. So I give this 3 days. Like, they're just gonna bomb the hell out of Venezuela until he leaves. This is not gonna take as long as people think. They will achieve that goal of switching out that government. That's what they're going to do. These people are focused. The people who are running Trump are focused. There's nothing they won't do. There's nothing they won't do.
Some more breaking news. Venezuelan President Maduro has declared a state of emergency. He's calling on the people to mobilize to defeat the imperialist actions. So that's that. Sorry, whoever's speaking, go ahead.
No, if I could just add one last point too, like Casey, you're making a good point. I think the Air Force of America is the most powerful Air Force, and if the world wants to free itself, it has to have a solution for that. Otherwise, what that girl Casey said is the pretty typical result of what happens here.
Somebody to, yeah, so it's like what he said. What did he say? People mobilize so we could fight the imperialist America. So you don't have a plan. You don't have a plan. You don't even have anything to stand up to this. You don't. So it's a wrap. Like, the next thing what are they going to do? Right? And we haven't even seen, like I said, there's new tech that these people are working on. They're going to bomb until he goes. And I highly doubt he's going to wait.
Confirmed by CBS, there is U.S. boots on the ground. There are U.S. Special Forces on the ground. Trump has officially invaded Venezuela. This is This is this is the latest that's happening right now. Let's go to Red.
And one real quick thing on that, Suleiman. When did we get Congress's approval to go invade Venezuela? Right? Interesting.
Wasn't this the president too who said he
The
was going
boss,
to stop
the
all
boss
the wars?
gave the approval. Netanyahu said it's okay. You don't need Congress. Congress is in his back pocket anyway. I mean, let's call it a spade now, Casey. Like these procedures and protocols, they were to fool the American people. At the end of the day, you know, they're all organ grinders. Sorry, they're the monkeys. The organ grinders, Netanyahu. He's there. He's telling you what to do. That's it.
So they just,
Right.
so they just sent a bunch of people's kids, though, you know what I mean, into troops on the ground in Venezuela and didn't follow proper procedure. You're right. I already know, Khalees. I already know. They're not, you know, they
Isn't
don't
it
care.
coincidental?
But what I'm saying is, like, are Americans gonna wake up to this? They're sending your kids into war, and they're not even following the proper procedure. This is treasonous. Interesting.
Isn't it coincidental though? This happens the couple days after Netanyahu visits the office. Khaleesi nailed that on the dime. It's just an absolute clown show. The Congress should be called the clown show because they just take orders from Israel. They take orders from Netanyahu, and that's the truth. And the thing is, with this government, I think that girl Casey's right. I'm actually surprised that Venezuela hasn't been prepared for this because ever since the Gaza Holocaust, they've been calling for strikes against Venezuela. And the only way you could beat this Zionist genocide or entity is beating their Air Force. And right now, there has not been a solution to their Air Force that's just massively, massively strong, massively violent. And so, you know, I hope otherwise. I hope we're proven otherwise. But I think that girl Casey could be right here if they don't have no answer for that Air Force.
I've also got a couple of people on this YouTube stream that are basically in Venezuela, and if they're being honest, which I believe they are, they're all ready to mobilize and help support Maduro, which is interesting because normally when in the United States of America, you kind of have a different perspective. Like a lot of the Venezuelans, because they've escaped Venezuela, are very much anti-Maduro. Yeah, so this is here from Caracas. Apparently, an air operation only. At least 3 airports have been affected. Okay, they believe. Okay, brilliant. I've got it. What's his handle? What is? Okay. Sent a link to
right now.
Yeah, definitely. I've also sent a link to Angelo as well, who's on the ground reporting for us. So we'll give you his information. Sorry, he'll be coming up as well. But this guy, I don't know what his handle is, but hopefully he'll tell us. In the meantime, let's go to Red. Go ahead, jump in.
Yes, a couple of things. I think so. When we say boots on the ground, I think there are two scenarios. It might be special forces landing in a specific area. Either they have an assassination, objective to kill military leadership and to extract, or to try to hold position and for a larger operation. I don't see the American military trying to hold position because let me tell you guys, this whole thing that Maduro might run away or the leadership is going to say, yeah, all right, okay, take it, whatever you want, is not going to happen. The same rallying around, like Marin mentioned, this nationalistic instinct that's going to go up large scale. I'm telling you, I know the Venezuelans. My father lived there, he works there. I know the Bolivarian revolution. I know the sentiment of these people. They're going to rally around the flag and serious. So I don't think the military has decided to hold up positions because I don't see that happening. Another thing that worries me, Sulaiman and Karisi, that instant, when the attack on Iran happened, we discovered later through Max Blumenthal and the Gray Zone that somehow Israel and the Zionists within Washington are able to get sort of little modified reports through Mr. Ratcliffe, who's the head of the CIA, that are not quite the truth presented to the president. And Ratcliffe used to show up at the president's office with two Mossad agents on both his left and his right. So this is what I worry about, that they might have presented him with a plan on the ground that will do this, and this is where we think we're going to succeed, and we think Maduro is going to run away, where it is not true, from serious CIA people. So this is where I worry about, because if I look at the scenario, what they plan to achieve, I don't see them being able. It's going to be a Vietnam, like 100%. People know that. The people of Venezuela, the armed forces of Venezuela, are not going to just say, all right, bring in Machado. This is not the case at all. But this is the problem with Radcliffe being propped up and put there by the Mossad, and Israel wanting whatever Israel wants, regardless if American soldiers die. This is what I worry about. And then I don't believe that it's about the oil, because look, bombing a country, changing the regime is something else. But holding oil fields and having oil operations in terms of export and all that, as if nothing is happening, while guerrilla warfare goes around you, does not secure the oil at all, especially with drones these days. So I don't know what's up with the plan of hitting Venezuela, but I do not think that they're going to do Venezuela so they can be comfortable doing Iran. No, I think they're going to go for both, including the fronts in Lebanon. Yeah, it is. It is. I don't. The administration with Trump and the influence of the Edelsons and Netanyahu. The things do not make sense. The best thing that I've heard, I think Hassan said it, this Pax Judaica, where they're going to use America just to bash everything and get what they want, and then as long as